Hello, it's Carrie, So Much Glitter. I'm so glad that you're here. Welcome back and Happy New Year. Today I wanted to do a simple project. I'm on the Petals and Parchment design team, and Elizabeth over there on the Petals and Parchment Facebook group is doing a Rolodex challenge. So it's a reflective Rolodex challenge, and everything I'm using today is from her kit that can be found on her coffee shop. I'm going to link everything below, including the Facebook group, so you can join on in and take part of this fun challenge. This is more of a mindfulness challenge, and if you've been following me or if you watched any of my videos, you know that I'm really big into self-care through paper crafting, because that's what it is for me, and I am a mental health counselor, so I think it's important to have a positive outlet that we can put our extra energy and help ourselves and help others along the way. So I'm doing this a little bit differently than how Elizabeth is doing it in the Facebook group. So there's a lot of autonomy in this project, to be honest. You can do it exactly how she has it in the kit, which is perfect. Or you can use things that you have from your stash. So I'm doing a little bit of both. I have been wanting to get into the Rolodex or the memory decks crafting kind of ATC world for a little bit now, but I just have not. I haven't had the time. I honestly haven't needed to start something new like that, but I'm really excited to get into this. I do have a Heidi Swap I think she calls it memory decks. I do have a memory decks holder. I'm going to use this. I've had this in my stash for quite a few years. This gives me the excuse to use that. And I also have die cuts that are like Rolodex shape. I have one that I purchased from Amazon along the way. So I have things in my stash for this project, which I'm really excited for. And I've already started. If you don't have those things, no need to worry. Elizabeth's kit has everything. So she has already designed for you the Rolodex type style index cards. So all you have to do is cut those out, maybe use a paper punch, and she shows you how to do it in her video for this challenge, so you can do that. There's different boxes or books that you can make so you can store these things. It's one card a week is what it is, and it's more of a mindfulness technique, and what we're doing is we're kind of setting the intention as we go through 2025. So I'm going to create mine, and my word of the year is goals. My phrase of the year is get stuff done. If you know me, you know I'm going to say it differently, but for all intents and purposes, it is get stuff done. So since my word of the year is goals, that's right here, but I'm going to kind of use something from my stash, I think. She has everything in here for word of the year, if you can see that. And then there's blank spaces, so you can have your own word of the year if it's not in there. There's encouraging sentiments that we can decorate this with. There's index cards saying things that you're grateful for, and blank index cards. So let's get started. I've already cut this out on my die cutting machine, and again, this is what I used, the Heidi Swap Rolodex die cuts. If you don't have those, don't worry, Elizabeth has them for you. Okay, I did make 2 of them because January is always filled with lots of big intentions and big things, and so that's how I wanted to start. So since goals is my word of the year, and I know goals is over here, but I'm not going to use that one. I'm going to use a blank one because I have my clickable stamps that I did buy at Michael's, and there is a video showing a Michael's haul over there, so I did get that. So that's what I want to use, and I'm going to see if this will fit the blank spot right there. So the purpose of doing this is just to kind of take a few minutes for yourself. Be mindful about your intentions for the year. We all get very busy in the hustle and the bustle of the day today, and so we kind of forget what we are wanting to do. with our time and with our energy, and that kind of gets misplaced. And I'm guilty of that too. Like, I have a job that's pretty demanding. Thank goodness I've been on vacation for the last 2 weeks. That is the biggest gift I give myself every year at the holiday time. And it really allows me to regroup. But I am just as guilty as getting involved in the hustle and the bustle and forgetting what my intentions are and what do I really want out of my time, my year, things like that. So I know Elizabeth suggested to really make this like a mindful exercise, which I completely agree with. She is, her video, she did light an intention candle. I also did. It's in my space. I do not have room for that on my craft desk, so that's not on my craft desk. And then it was just before we start the project, maybe kind of take a few deep breaths, center ourselves, and maybe just repeat the word of the year a few times so you can kind of set the intention in the project. So I did do that before I started, and like I said, my candle is off. It is on my table over here next to me. I just don't have room on this table. Anyway, so I'm going to use a phrase, a fresh start, endless possibilities. Now, I chose goals as my word of the year because I am in the middle of my master's program, and I work full time. I'm a fairly new grandma. I have 2 grown kids. I have responsibilities. I try to keep up with friends and things that I love to do. And so I have to purposefully make time for everything I want without feeling overwhelmed. So goals was my word. Get stuff done was my word, because honestly, I want to get through my master's program. I want to elevate my career to the next level. And that's going to take time. That's going to take effort. And that's going to require time management. A lot of time management on my end. So getting stuff done is important. Goals is really important. I love all of these self-care goals, resilience, resolution. I don't on purpose set a resolution for my year because I find that to be a disappointing way to start the year. Because by now, I have given up on a resolution. I got busy. I can see what's in front of me. You know, everything. Kids go back to school, go back to work, life gets busy. So I don't really set a resolution for myself. Rather, the phrase, I like a phrase. And now that Elizabeth has introduced this Reflective Rolodex challenge, I really like the idea of a word of the year. And I know I posted it on my Instagram story. That Wild Rose Bohemian did in her Facebook group, ask everybody's like, what's your word of the year? What's your phrase of the year? And she made everybody little, I don't know, just little designs, artwork. It was so beautiful. And so I posted mine. Maybe I will do that again, and I'll post it here in the YouTube community. And, it's just showing what my phrase and my word of the year is. Okay, so I kind of want to start out the year to identify what I'm grateful for. So I do want that. I was thinking to double back these because what I'm going to do is slide this in the middle. And I was going to back it with a plain one. And end the month with also what I'm grateful for, or what I accomplished, or what I'm most proud of for the month. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm kind of getting ideas as I'm going, and I hope you can see me correctly. Part of goals is not just school, work, and family. This is part of my journey as well, is this YouTube community. And I started this channel as a part of my self-care journey. And I have to tell you, I've struggled a little bit with the editing aspect of it, of these videos. I'm not a graphic artist. I'm a paper crafter. I'm a hands-on type artist. So all of this editing has been a little bit of a challenge for me, and I'm pretty sure that you can tell that from my videos. I know that that's why they probably don't get very many views, but I'm also fairly resilient as a person, so I'm going to keep going because this is part of my goal for the year. And I do like hustle because when we have goals, we do have to hustle to achieve our goals. So I do like that because I just saw that. And I'm really just going to kind of collage this card together. So I apologize if this part is a little bit boring, but this is just part of the process. So hang in there with me. Clear the clutter, find your focus. So that's a really good one too, because I need to get some of the clutter off my desk because then I do lose focus. Okay, so here we go. What I'm going to do is finish trimming these down. And my cat was up here earlier. I apologize. So I have cat hair. I know you can't probably see it, but I can, and it's getting in the way. Like I said, when I first started, I wanted to use my clickable letters. I think I'm going to go a little bit of a different way. And so let's get out my glue press, which I did remember to use the lid this time. Hallelujah, because I did not remember to do that last time. And excuse me, I'm just going to glue a pocket as if it's a pocket in a journal. And I'm going to put these together, and it's wet glue, so I do have a little bit of time to kind of position everything. And I did double this up so I could use this as a pocket, and I'm going to show you that right now. Reuse, recycle, guys. I do not always print everything perfectly the first time. I'm not going to throw away that piece of paper at all. I am going to reuse it, flip it over, figure out how I can recycle it and print something else on the other side. So I didn't glue that perfectly even, but you know what? I'm just going to trim it off just a little bit. And this is just going to be on the inside. So honestly, I'm going to be the only one that sees this. So that's okay if it's not perfect. So that's just going to go fit right down in there. And I think I want it to be seen. Something like that. Okay. I am going to glue this down. And because this is the first Rolodex of the year, I am going to, and it's not perfectly the same size, and that's going to be okay. I'll just kind of trim off the edge just a little bit to round it. We're going to do one each month. So I'm probably going to do a video a month. And I apologize, I am off the laundry room, so if you hear that, that is my washer going. I'm going to label this 2025 because we're starting out the year and it is 2025. Can you believe it, guys? So my favorite cartoon when I was younger, and this is going to be me really showing my age right now, so be prepared, was the Jetsons. And I was always so amazed at flying cars and living high in the sky by, what, 2022 or something it was. And now I always look at the year and I always think of the Jetsons and how have we come so far, but we've not come so far kind of thing. So it always just amazes me when the years tick by. I always think of my Saturday morning cartoon days and cartoons before school, and it's crazy. Crazy. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of fussy cut these. I don't have a scan and cut or anything, so I don't know if this would work on a scan and cut. I do have a Cricut, and these are, I think, pretty compatible with cutting out with those because you can load these into that Design Space software. I haven't tried it because I do enjoy fussy cutting. I'm not the greatest at it, but I do enjoy it. And it's part of the mindfulness and meditation part of crafting for me. It really just kind of lets me zone out. And I have a few fussy cutting books that I could just fussy cut out of and sit and watch TV or listen to music or whatever. And that's just kind of my time. So I do enjoy that. Okay, so I do need to probably ink up some of these edges, I'm realizing. And so I'm going to go ahead and get out my tea dye. Tea dye is probably my favorite to ink up around because it's not really dark, but it still gives you kind of that vintage vibe. And you can cover up a lot of your fussy cutting mistakes that way. So that's kind of nice. Just kind of gives it a little bit more pop here. Okay. So I hope you guys join in on this challenge and check it the Petals and Parchment Facebook group out with the links I'm providing below. Check out Elizabeth's coffee shop. Grab the kit. There's even the template for the box in there. I mean, she just really just made this so easy for you. I'm just kind of doing it a little bit of a different way because part of my goals in 2025 is to low buy. I bought so many craft supplies last year and I did not have the chance to use them all. So I have a basket sitting next to my desk of 2024 craft supplies and ideas that I did not get around to. So I don't really need any, unless if it's like glue or, you know, my scissors break or something like that. I don't really need to go out and buy a whole lot of craft supplies. Now, digitals are a little bit of a different story. They're a little bit more affordable. They are stored on my computer and I print them out, but I don't need to be going haywire on those either. But sometimes these creators like Petals and Parchment make it really hard to not want to make the new things and purchase the kits, but it gives me, honestly, I'd rather spend $2.99, $4.99 on a kit than go spend $14.99 on paper when I'm realistically only going to use like 6 sheets of that paper. So hence why I have a whole closet of paper storage. So it's less space and I use more of it. And I only print out what I need when I need it, so I'm not wasting. And it allows me to use up all my other supplies when I'm journaling, even when I'm card making. I'm not really like a collage artist to say because that's not something I really dove into yet either, but I do like the concept of collaging and I love how it turns out. So it's just kind of part of my goals is to use everything I have in my stash to the best of my ability. So my word of the year really can encompass everything that I would want to do. Okay, so I'm going to put goals, I think, right up here in the corner. And like I said, this is going to go in the middle if I can do this correctly. That's going to be the challenge. There we go. So I'm going to leave this, and I do want this so you can kind of see that there's something there. There. Okay, so 2025. Fresh start, endless possibilities. Let's just kind of see how we want this to look, okay? And this is not unlike anything else. You know, it's the same as card making, scrapbooking, collaging, everything. Just kind of lay it out and see how you like it because, you know, none of this is cement until it's glued down. Okay, so I kind of want the goals off to the start. Fresh start. Endless possibilities. What I like about these hiding swap dies is that there is a lot of room on this. There's a lot of real estate on here. Now I'm moving everything around. Let's just kind of put that there. Off-centering things really helps me too. I think I like that. just like that. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna glue it down just like that. And then I'm gonna put this on my memory decks holder. And I am old enough to remember what a Rolodex is. And that I remember being, library was a class when I was in, all the way up through high school. Let's just be honest. Oops. A library was a class up until I was a senior, and then I didn't need to take it anymore. But having Rolodex type assignments, so we could learn how to use a Rolodex, and so we could learn how to alphabetize. My mom still uses a Rolodex. And I know that, like, when my daughter was with her for a spring break when she was in high school, I think, or junior high, my mom asked her to go get something out of the Rolodex. My daughter had no idea what she was talking about. So it's just funny how things change from generation to generation, because now we use our phones and electronic memory keeping and all of that kind of stuff. So this is just fun. I don't know. Here, let's kind of want that off center just a little bit. I don't want it too squared up on each other. Okay, so this is my January 2025 Rolodex. It's a Reflective Rolodex challenge, and this is my first one. I hope you guys like it. And so what I did is I just put this as a pocket, and I'm going to write what I'm grateful for. And I think it's going to have to take some thought for a little bit, because I have a lot to be grateful for in 2025. And on the other side, I just kind of reversed it. At the end of the month, I'm either going to write down what I accomplished, or what I'm also grateful for, or what good things happened to me through the month, so I can kind of reflect that way. And then I'm just going to pop this in here, and this will hang. So it's not dry yet. This one will hang. So if that bothers you, I would use Elizabeth's box, and then it'll just kind of flip through, and the more we get, the more, yeah, let's zoom out a little bit for you. The fuller it will get, and it'll be harder to kind of flip through. So everything will be fairly secured in here. Because this hangs down, I'm not going to try to have a bunch of ribbon or anything like that. But I will post what I'm grateful for on my Instagram, and I will remember to post a few things that we talked about in the video today. I hope this really inspired you. I hope that at least you're going to go look at Petals and Parchment Facebook group and her YouTube. I will link that here, and kind of how this whole mindfulness challenge is going. I will make another video for my February Rolodex, and then I'll review what happened to me in January, or what I'm continuing to be grateful for. I will share that with you probably the beginning of February. I hope you guys have a fabulous new year. We're going to be back to the regular grind tomorrow for me, so pretty soon for everybody. So I hope everyone is nice and relaxed and ready to face 2025. Thanks, guys. See you around.